These are the highlights from the Junior Worlds Apparatus Finals. This video is so late to come out, but I've been away on a trip and hopefully you can forgive me because of this. A little teaser of what might be to come in a few weeks' time. I've got 6 different Apparatus Finals to recap, plus my overall thoughts from this world, so I'm going to try keep each Apparatus Final within 2 minutes. Let's see how we go. Before each Apparatus, I'll show the qualification numbers so you can see who was the front runner going into each final. Floor. To me, this was a fight between Arseny Dukno and Kawa Aldriula, but it did not end up going how I thought it would. Arseny Dukno was the winner of the all-around final, and he made it into 4 different Apparatus finals, of which he could all potentially medal in. He is one of the best floor workers in the world at the moment, junior or senior. Today he finished in 4th, 2 tenths away from gold despite a 7 execution score and an out-of-bounds penalty. Copying his brother Carlos Yulo in the floor final at the 2025 Senior Worlds, Aldriula takes the bronze in the junior floor final. This was a really nice routine, but he said in interviews that he had injured his ankle in the all-around final earlier, so it was amazing to see him push through and gain this medal. This was a pretty important moment for Aldriu. He has put a lot of pressure on himself being Carlos Yulo's brother. He wanted to prove to the world that he is his own standalone gymnast with a bright future ahead of him, and that is what he did with this medal. You can see he was quite emotional, and especially this being at a home Worlds, the crowd was right behind him, and it was definitely a special moment. Second place was the 7th qualifier, Simone Speranza from Italy. He had a great routine. To get second, he actually got a similar score to his qualifications, but everyone else decreased in quality a little bit, allowing him to get into this top 3. In first place for floor final was the legend and one of my new favorite gymnasts, Lan Binyang of China. He had a similar situation to second. He performed the same as qualifications, but got away with gold with the highest execution. This guy is, in my opinion, the cleanest gymnast in the world at the moment, and is a pleasure to watch. I'm definitely looking forward to his gymnastics in the future.
Por la última serie de doble mortal en carpa. Para sus nombres, ahí tenemos a Lan Binyang, a Simone Speranza y a Yulo Carl.
Now we get on to the Pommel horse final. I don't know the best way to describe what happened in this final, except just by showing.
Bueno, sin duda alguna está recibiendo una gran... ¡Ay! Bueno. ¡Ay, ay! Lo he visto un poquito de descontrol, se lo dije.
Oh, that was one of those Pommel finals, eh? Everyone made a mistake. In the first, won by Jing of China, pretty much pulled ahead of everyone due to his higher difficulty rather than nailing a routine. Leroy of France takes second place, and Nairo Ojima, our silver all-around medalist, takes the bronze. This is the rest of the field, and we can see once again Junior Worlds 2025 MVP Arseny Dukno is sitting in 4th, just off the podium. Onto rings. Honestly not my favourite apparatus, so let's just get it out the way. Once again, Arseny Dukno is just off the podium, this time in 5th. Wang Chongchong of China grabs a bronze here. This is his 4th final after being in the all-around, floor, pommel, and now rings, so it was nice to see him pick up a medal along the way. Simone Speranza from Italy picks up his 2nd silver of the day, finishing a routine with a massive triple backflip. And first we have Dante Reed. After a disappointing all-around qualifications for him, he managed to qualify in first for rings, and he maintained the position in the finals. He didn't have the hardest difficulty, but he was the only gymnast to be in the 9s for execution and finished with a nice stick.
Magnífica la salida del
Vault. This was a great quality final, just like the senior vault final a couple months ago. Arsene Dukno finally breaks his dry streak, claiming a gold here with 2 world-class vaults, including this very nice triple twisting stick. Sol Scott of Britain maintains his clean vaults from qualifications, giving him a 2nd place. And even McPhillips, his teammate, made this a double Britain podium, rounding out 3rd place. This was a great final. 9 out of 16 vaults were in the 9+ execution. And we also had this nice stick from Valentin of Ukraine. Parallel bars. Naoya Ojima is first up with a lovely routine and nearly a stick for 13.866.
Doble mortal en carpa.
Danila Lakin, popular gymnast of USA, was our first qualifier. He showed a nice routine for a 13.6. This is a cool routine that stays pretty much in the middle of the bars and has a nice big dismount. Camilo Vera shows up big. He is a popular athlete everyone was looking out for at these Worlds. In the 2nd last Apparatus final, he finally shows up big, finishing with a unique off of the end of the P-bars dismount. This gives him the same score as 1st place at the moment from Naoya Ojima. Camilo's Colombian teammate Mireya Thomas has a cool routine next. Right from the start, it has some pretty funny errors. He makes the diameter of 1 rail skill looks like it's part of a warm-up, as he kind of just stood on the bar wondering what to do next. He then sits down on his tip out also. Everything that he doesn't make a mistake in looks really nice, including this Bahav stuff straight after. As he sits in his L sit, you can kind of see him start to laugh a bit at the routine he's done so far, before doing the most beautiful off the end double tuck full twist dismount with a stick. Not the routine he wanted, but definitely showed a lot of promise in the future. One of my favorite gymnasts, Lam Bin Yang, performs his usual perfectly executed routine, and he ties with the same score as Danila, sitting in 3rd. Typically, if there's a tie break, the person with the lower difficulty, or the higher execution, will come out on top. But at this competition, FIG gave out 2 golds and 2 bronzes, leaving for this awesome podium. This was a super cool moment for Camilo. He was very visibly emotional on the podium standing up here. Our last final, high bar. High bar can be a very hit or miss in a final. Thankfully, this was a splendid final. All 3 podium finishes here finished with a stuck dismount. In 3rd place, for the 2nd time in these finals, is Aldo Yulo with a 14.0. Originally, he wasn't paid the stick bonus, which is pretty important as we had another Japanese gymnast score 13.9. So originally these 2 would have been tied, but because the stick was eventually paid and the score readjusted, this pushed Aldo into 3rd place. He's got a super cool routine with a big co-back elements and a triple back to finish.
2 décimas, 13.900, se coloca segundo. Ay.
In 2nd place is Danila Lakin, just off of his bronze on parallel bars. He's got some big gymnastics with the pagan.
Otra suerte, ha precipitado un poco.
And has this nice big celebration after his dismount.
Para la salida, que clava, pues bueno, va a tener un bonus. Qué cara de emoción, por favor.
And our last world champion for 2025 is now the 2-time world champ, Camilo Vera. He is one of the best high bar workers in the world and showcased that when he connected a Cassina and a Coleman. Only a few people are doing this in competition in the entire world. He also has a tack half Kachev connection, which is pretty cool, but for me, it's hard to be impressed when he puts clips like this out where he's connecting tack half Saurias to Ginga. So I'm sure if he can get some consistency in the crazy stuff that he's been posting, he'll definitely be a top senior going forward. And there we have it, another 2025 World Championships done, and there's definitely a lot of juniors to watch out going forward. There wasn't really much apparatus specialists at this Worlds, a lot of them were all-arounders, and I think that goes towards there being a team event here, which was a 3-up 2 count. So I think a lot of countries were really going for that team event that China won. earlier in the week. There was really a top group of athletes that really stole the show all around here. So I've got a stat here. There was around 6 to 7 athletes who won 70% of the medals here. So these athletes at the top really stole the show over the whole Junior Worlds. And that'll do my Junior Worlds coverage. Definitely not as hot off the press as I would have liked it to be, but I've just been away on a trip to Australia and I've been gathering a lot of clips from that trip. So hopefully you'll be able to see some little training vlogs, some trip vlogs, and even, as I alluded to in the intro, I got to train alongside Kohei at a special camp in Sydney, which is so cool. So subscribe if you want to keep up with those vlogs, or I'll still be posting the gymnastics news and competition recaps. Cheers everyone.